Welcome back, man.
Hey.
You feeling better?
Yeah. Yeah.
You've been calling in sick the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
So
I got my immunities back up.
You got it?
Yeah.
Cool. Biggest news in the last 2 weeks. That's probably worth mentioning since I still keep seeing review videos on YouTube. Is the new Mac Studio?
Yes.
The last video we were talking about M2.
Yeah.
So we figured just you got M1.
Yeah.
M2, right? It's
Right.
coming out, and instead of what was it, M1
Ultra.
and then what's the next? What's the big boy?
That's
That's the Ultra. What's the one? Pro. M1 Pro.
There's like a Pro. There's a Max, and then there's the Ultra.
And
then there's the Ultra Plus. Just kidding.
Ultra Plus. Yeah, and I seen the video. They literally just soldered two of the Pros together to make the Ultra.
But it's a pretty
But they
amazing
said it's like
setup.
the leap is just incredible.
Yeah.
But man, starting price for that.
It's about $2,000 for the basic level, but $4,000 for the Ultra.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thinking we might put one in that back.
Maybe, yeah.
That back room over there.
Yeah. I was thinking, man, this is because I've told you this. Like, it feels weird sometimes working off a laptop because I'm so used to working on towers as for years, and so having I was like, I just want a desktop. So I thought this would be a great one. At the same time, I'm like, I'm never going to be able to take advantage of that, like what I do now.
No.
So I kind of I'd feel silly.
Yeah, same. I don't know. I was thinking if it's Mac Mini souped up, which is kind of what it looks like.
Kind of, yeah.
I would have kind of considered it, but I have the same issue as you. I work from my laptop, I think, still way too much.
Mm-hmm.
Whether, at home or anywhere. Just being able to be mobile. That the new M1s, the Plus or whatever, Pros on the new MacBook is just so much better than what we currently have, that for me, for the price, and I think you're kind of coming down to that.
Yeah.
It's just better for what we do to have the MacBook Pro.
Yeah. But if we want to get one for
that back room,
the office
that's
here,
another story.
Maybe we can swing that one.
Yeah. But I did play around with the new MacBook.
Yeah.
Actually, I played around with the Studio as well at the Mac store, with the display and everything. It's so overwhelming that you don't even know what to do. Like, how do you even truly play with it?
Yeah. What do you do to stress test it?
You can't, but it's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
To look at.
You do a little Safari, I mean, like, what do you know?
That's pretty much all you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I fired up the camera and messed around with it a little bit, but it's nice.
What's crazy about that monitor, which I'm kind of curious to see what they do with it, is it has its own processor in it. In fact, I think I was looking online and someone said that they actually figured out it has like 62 gigs of memory, or something like that, something ridiculous, or like a little solid state drive in it. So it's like crazy that it's like a smart
just
monitor.
the Mac Mini, or the not the Mac Mini, the iMac.
Mm-hmm.
Without the computer in it?
Kind of, yeah, but it still has a computer. Which is kind of crazy. It's like a mini computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nuts.
Yeah, it's overkill.
Yeah. Apple's crazy.
Big
I'm glad
time.
that they're investing in Macs, though, because it's sort of like, I mean, nothing for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you and I both have computers from, mine's from 2014?
2015.
2015?
Yeah.
And they still run.
Yeah.
They're slowing down.
They're slowing down.
Right. But until these Apple processors came out, there really wasn't a reason to upgrade.
Right.
Because it was just the same.
But mine, I'm to the point now where I'm struggling to be on Zoom and screen share Figma. Like something that should be so easy.
Yeah.
That it just starts to drag and overheat.
Mm-hmm.
And usually I have to stop sharing, you know, like
Zoom.
Yeah, Zoom. It's like it should work,
right?
But I think it's just the computer's way of saying it's time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, it's exciting.
Yes, it is exciting.
I think it came at the right time for.
Yeah, good on.
What we
good
need.
on Tim Cook finally to pull through.
All right, I'm looking at a tweet here.
Elon
Musk breaks out the dance moves as he opens the new Tesla factory in Germany.
Dang.
I think those cars are gonna come off the lot tomorrow, man.
Shoot.
Giga Berlin delivery event. I think he's excited about this.
I think he is. Dude, how long did that... I mean, that's fast to get that factory out.
They're gonna be. Looks like they've got a line of Model Ys here, ready to come off the
believe it.
line.
Well, there's a new model that he's going to come out with for the European market that's smaller. It's like a
Oh,
little
I remember
hatchback.
that. Yeah, I remember that.
So that'll be interesting. I think that'll be from there. And the Gigafactory in Austin, I'm sure is going to open sometime this year as well.
That'll help production quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
I think the last I heard was that if you ordered, again, I have no idea where I heard this or if it's true, but a new order right now would mean you get a car in 2023.
I think so, yeah.
Like a brand
They're so
new.
backed up.
Yeah. And
Right.
that sucks, man. Like, I don't know if that has to do with, I don't know. You can't blame it on gas prices. I think this is just like, they've been backing up for a while now.
Yeah, there's just too much demand.
Too
Dude,
much- yeah.
I was taking my kids to school this morning. I probably counted like 7 or 8 Teslas on my way to,
Yeah.
you know, just not even a mile away. It's crazy. They're everywhere now.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. So, and I think the one in, what is going to be interesting too is I'm curious if the one in Austin will be where they build the Cybertruck. Because they've got to start rolling that
Yeah,
out
that's
pretty
true.
soon.
Yeah.
Which I love because, so obviously we know Texans are really into their trucks. But I don't think Chevrolet or I don't think GM or Ford have any factories in Texas. I think they're all in other states like Tennessee and Georgia and stuff like that. And so it'll be funny to see like the Cybertruck come from Texas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's such a, and what's so funny about that whole thing is it's still not legal to buy a Tesla in the state. You have to order it online.
What?
Yeah. Like, you know how here you can go to
So
Tesla
when you get your
stores?
car, you have to go and pick it up or have it shipped?
I think they'll deliver it, but they can't have there's no dealerships. And even the showrooms, you can't order it there. They're like, just, you can look at it here and then you have to go home and order it. So it's sort of funny that, you know, they're going to make this big splash in Texas and they're still not really welcome to sell their vehicles there. So I'm sure that's strategically his plan. He's like, all right, I'm going to find the third most populous state in the country that doesn't sell my cars, build a factory there, and then, you know, open the market up.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, man.
And you figure with all that land and, I mean, you could build the biggest factory in the world there if you wanted.
In Texas, yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to say they're building, it's probably going to be one of the biggest. I mean, it's going to be bigger than the Fremont factory and the Chinese Gigafactory. Anyway,
Insane.
their stuff's going to be huge. Yeah.
Insane.
There's a lot of stuff happening in Austin.
What else is in the news?
Well, here I got something. Speaking of Tesla, there's a thing, and this might sort of affect Tesla. Well, it will definitely affect Tesla. So apparently, where is it? It says here that the United States has eliminated eliminates the human control requirement for fully autonomous vehicles. So
no more keep your hands on the wheel every
right.
every 30 seconds.
Right, you don't need that anymore. And
Dude, that's kind of huge.
yes, and they're saying if it is a car that people drive, it still has to have like a driver's seat and a steering wheel.
Mhm.
But if it's designed specifically to be totally autonomous, you don't even need a steering wheel.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Are these the same cars that are being tested in like Las Vegas
Yeah.
and like lifts?
Waymo
Waymo,
has
yeah.
been doing that. Yeah.
They don't have steering wheels, right?
Oh yeah,
just
they
like
do.
They
They're
do?
just modified, like.
'Cause they look like pods more than cars.
Well,
I've
some of
seen-
those do. Well, those are different ones, right?
Oh.
Yeah, but there's like the ones that are specifically just the Waymos are basically just modified, like Lexuses or something.
Do you think we're closer to that, or a car with a steering wheel that people are used to?
Oh, I think the steering wheel thing will be around for a while.
Yeah, I
just
think
for
so
comfort
too.
level.
I think
But
so
you've
too.
seen in
But your kids, right?
Right.
When they're our age, it's quite possible that when they request a ride from the Tesla network or whatever, that a Model Y or whatever without a steering wheel or a front seat will show up, and it just might be two seats facing each other,
Mm-hmm.
like a little mini limo. That just
Yeah.
you just get in and it takes you wherever.
Yeah. Or it'll be like a retractable, steering wheel. It'll disappear. Like fold into the dash and then
Yeah.
come out if you need it.
Mm.
But I could see a time when, the idea of humans driving themselves is like crazy. People are
I
like,
see
you
it
used
too.
to drive
Yeah.
yourself. Like people
Yeah.
used to do that themselves. And we're like, yeah.
Well, we used to
That's
joke about the
crazy.
fact that our grandkids would tell us one day, "You used to own a car,
Yes.
right? Who owns cars,
Who owns
right? Why would you own a
cars?
car?
And drive it?
Yeah,
Like, it's going to sound like a horse and buggy.
yeah,
Like what? You had horses and wagons and yeah.
yep,
Yeah, it's going to be nuts.
crazy.
So, anyway, that's big news. What else is going on?
So do you think that the package is going to go up?
Oh, yeah. Well, what is it
went
now?
from 8 when I
It's
was
almost
looking.
12, right?
Yeah,
For autonomous
when I
driving.
was looking, it was 8, and then it went up to 10, and then I think it's 12 now.
Yeah, I can see it. It's just crazy. But it's, again,
I don't know
we
why
can
you
talk
would buy
about
a Tesla without it.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't. Well, we could do a whole segment on the Tesla network. That's going to be a game changer.
For real.
Okay, I got a couple other things here. We got some news about the Ukraine invasion, Russian invasion into Ukraine. Today, Anonymous released 10 gigabytes of information on the Nestle Corporation.
What
Did
is
you hear about
this?
this?
No.
So, you know how all these companies are boycotting
Yes.
Russia, right?
Yeah.
Well, most of them are, except Nestle. And Nestle owns like tons of brands.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so they basically said, well, we'll only supply like what they call like the necessities, so like we'll do bread or whatever, stuff like that. But it came off really insincere, and apparently the CEO of Nestle talked to some people in Ukraine and was like really just sort of insensitive about the whole thing. So Anonymous decided, screw it, we're going to go after him, and hacked Nestle. So I don't know what's in here, but 10 gigabytes is, there's some stuff in there.
Yeah.
That's going to make some people nervous. But I love it, sort of vigilante justice happening in the tech space. Don't
Find
screw
out
with
how
Anonymous.
many board members or
I know.
C-level people at Nestle have interests in
Mm-hmm.
Russia.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. We're going to find some shady stuff in
Yeah.
there. And then another one here, too. I don't know if you saw this. Arnold Schwarzenegger did a video addressing the Russian people. Did you see this?
No, man.
Oh, you should watch it. It's actually pretty good. So he gets on camera, because apparently, I didn't know this about Arnold, but he was, I think, trained by a Russian weightlifter. Like, that's sort of where he got his inspiration and stuff like that. And so he tells his story. And then I think throughout the years, he's always had sort of an affinity for Russians and Russia, and sort of a good relationship with them. So he was sort of like coming on, he basically doesn't address, the camera, and he walks through, he's like, I'm talking to the Russian people, and telling them what's happening. And this is, there's a lot of stuff that's going on that you don't know about. And, it basically lays out exactly what's happening with the invasion. And anyway, I don't know where they put this video, but of course it's on YouTube and everything. And Russia's doing its best to like keep that sort of stuff out. But apparently enough people saw it that the government basically came out and said that, Arnold Schwarzenegger is a U.S. agent that, out to, mess with things. So, yeah, it says Russian state media has reacted with fury to Arnold Schwarzenegger's video message speaking out against the Ukraine invasion. So anyway, it's worth watching. But I like this because it's sort of like, again, like the words getting through. Like, this is a different kind of war than I think anyone's really seen before. And it's being fought on just different fronts. There's the military invasion, there's this cyber attack, and then there's this PR attack, and then there's the sanctions.
Sanctions, yeah.
And it's just crazy to see sort of this, war being fought on so many different fronts. It's just kind of nuts. Speaking of which, too,
you think China's taking notes?
I think so. I think we were weren't we talking about
Yeah.
it, and how even the idea of a cryptocurrency, with China's markets locked up, I think they're going to definitely want to make that, find a way that they can protect their assets in case of worldwide sanctions like
Yeah.
this. Because they've got Hong Kong and,
Mm-hmm.
so they're probably know full well.
Taiwan on their
Yes,
radar,
right.
right?
Right. I mean, no one really fought them on Mongolia that much and Tibet. So I think they're kind of like, what are we going to do? So anyway, so yes, I definitely think they're taking notes. And then finally, I don't know if you knew this, but Grammarly, our texting, they're Ukrainian based. They're headquartered there.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I did not know
Yeah.
that.
I didn't either. Which is crazy because they
Love that tool.
it speaks English better than I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, amazing technology. But it says here that Grammarly continues to pay staffers who joined the Ukrainian army. So, they're still paying their people.
That's awesome.
And so, yeah. So that means, think about that. That means there's probably software engineers and account people and sales staff that are literally going to go fight right now.
That's crazy.
Right? You're like, where's Jimmy? Oh, he's out.
Fighting the war.
He's got a rifle right now. He's shooting, he's got a bazooka aimed at tanks. So it's crazy. It's nuts to see that sort of thing happening. So anyway, it'll be interesting. Oh, and there was a thing yesterday, just speaking, wrapping this war up thing, that Zelensky is basically saying that any deal that they make with Russia has to be voted on by the people of Ukraine, which is very interesting. So anyway, I think it's going to be an interesting way of sort of solving this conflict by basically saying it's going to be a democratic decision, even if they are going to end the war. So anyway.
Yeah, I don't like talking about this stuff.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's sort of what's happening out there. But there's a lot of good stuff happening too.
Yeah,
and I think
agree.
Good will come from all of this.
Yeah, I think so. Cool.
Anything else?
No.
All
That's
right,
it
man.
for now. See you
Let's
next
do
week.
it. All right. Back to work.
Grammarly. Love Grammarly.
Dude, they're the best.